Hey guys, TGKS Productions. For this GTA Online video, I have a milestone I want to share or document for you guys, and that is me reaching $800 million legitimately. Now, to be clear, I have made way more than $800 million in GTA Online, and also all of that being legitimately, but this is $800 million that is just sitting in my account ready to be spent. Now, usually with these milestone videos, I usually document every 100 million. I started doing that with $600 million, and I documented $700 million a few months ago, and now we're finally at $800 million. So I'll probably obviously document, or I'll definitely document when I reach $900 million, and then obviously at a billion, and that's pretty much how I'll probably continue to do it every $100 million. I obviously also have my streams in between where I document making cash as well. But since these moments are so special, reaching $100 million each time, I'd like to document them separately in a video just to sort of have them, because obviously you can only do that one time. So I want to have this separately and outside of streams. So I will say reaching $800 million was pretty simple. I was already very close to begin with. Last GT Online event week, we had double money NRP and special cargo sales. And usually weeks like that, I'll typically aim to sell all 5 of my large warehouses. I didn't really get the chance to sell all 5 last week. I did manage to sell 3, which were pretty much all full. So I did make a good amount of cash last week, and that week did get me really close to 800 million. There was a bonus last week where if you won at Diamond Casino adversary mode, you would also get $250,000. I believe I got that mixed with Twitch Prime because I ended up getting like $450,000. But that also helped me get really close to 800 million, to where at this point I was already really close. I was only $1.8 million away from $800 million. So this week, this current GT Online event week, we have 2 times cash in RP and gun running sales or bunker sales. So simply all I really did was just do a gun running sale, a full bunker sale, which sells for $2.1 million on a double money in RP week. And that's simply really all I've done. I didn't really make this too interesting, or too complex. It's definitely not as complex as the last one, or when I was reaching $700 million. There were a lot more variables in there with the different amounts of cash I was making. This is pretty simple, just a simple bunker sale. In a way, you'll see it. I guess it wasn't really that simple, but it was just one sale to push me to $800 million. So here we go. Here's the bunker sale. You can see we're a little bit over $798,200,000. So really only have about 1.8 million to go. And then this bunker sale is selling to Los Santos, which is the further range sale. We're going to end up making $2.1 million. So that is going to definitely put us way over the mark. And unfortunately, we did end up getting and I also wanted to buy supplies there just so this would keep producing afterwards. But unfortunately, we did end up getting the Dune FAV sale or the Dune Buggy sale. Definitely not something you'd want to get, especially when you're really trying to reach a milestone. However, I'm actually a little bit happy that I got this sale, and I'm putting it in this video because I actually wanted to show you guys that it's possible to sell or complete a full Dune FAV sale with only 3 players. In fact, I only have 3 players here, which my friends Antonio 1113 and Messi 28 Louis. So special thanks to those guys for helping me with the sale. But it was only us 3. However, we were able to complete the full 20 drops for this sale within the time limit. Cut it a little bit close, which you'll see, but it is possible, and I've done this numerous times before. And sort of in promotion of the farmhouse bunker as well as the Chumash bunker, those 2 bunkers are the only bunkers that you can really do this from, where you can complete successfully a Dune FAV sale, which is 4 Dune buggies with only 3 players. Now, obviously, I won't show the entire sale, but I want to sort of highlight certain aspects of it, or certain parts of the sale. You'll see that a bit ago, or right before this scene, I actually pinpointed the drop, which I just got to. I pinpointed the drop that was most west to the city, and now I sort of took a shortcut there, right under that underpass or that bridge or the highway, and I'm pretty much taking a direct shot to the second drop. And what you're actually going to end up seeing me do here is I'm going to leave this Dune FAV at this second drop, and I'm going to go backtrack using the CEO buzzard. I'm going to go backtrack to the fourth Dune FAV. And sort of what I'm working into the system here is whoever ends up, I'm going to deliver the full entire fourth Dune FAV, and then who out of my two other friends, whoever ends up finishing first, which will end up seeing ends up being Antonio 1113, is going to grab this Dune FAV and then finish the other three drops off. So that's sort of the routine, and I've like I said, this is not the only time or the first time I've ever done this. I've done this numerous times before. You know, I've completed a full Dune FAV sale successfully more than once, way more than one time. But I just want to show that it is definitely possible. I just want to highlight certain parts of it. I will say that obviously, you are still taking a risk because you are leaving a Dune FAV behind. Obviously, a griefer could go blow it up. You don't have any coverage. There is always that risk. But as far as no one bothering you, you can obviously be able to complete this with no issues. It is very possible. I will say it is very important to what we were trying to do there in the beginning with the drops is we were trying to figure out which drop, because to be honest, at first we really weren't sure where the last drop, because the last drop, the fifth and final drop for a Dune FAV, does not show up on the map. It only shows up after making the other four drops. And typically what you want to do is you want to figure out which drop to hit first. That way you sort of end up, the fourth drop you reach is very close to your fifth and final drop. And that's what we were trying to figure out. That's why I hit the one furthest to the one west of the city. We were hoping that would be the right one. Ended up being a good one to hit. That way our Dune FAV, when we would finish, we would end up being very close to the obviously fifth and final drop. On top of that, it is very important to take smart shortcuts. Obviously, if you're not sure that a shortcut's going to work, don't take it. But I will highlight a few shortcuts that we took with this particular variation, because there's multiple variations of the Dune FAV sail. But it is important to take shortcuts because without shortcuts, it's, you can still make it, but it does cut a bit of time off, and that time is very crucial in this sail. Now, skipping a little bit ahead here, by the time I actually got to the second drop with the fourth Dune FAV, which is where I dropped off the first Dune FAV I was driving, my friend, Antonio 1113, actually just got to the drop and was taking the one that I left here. So we both pretty much were taking off from the second drop at the same time. And like I said, we did take a few shortcuts here. Shortcuts are very important. You'll see that we actually, we pretty much followed the waypoint for the most part to this drop, but we did take this little dirt ramp by the airport here, or leaving from the airport. We did jump that. That did cut a little bit of time off. And then pretty much after we jumped this ramp here, by the time we pretty much followed the GPS from this point, but we did take one little sort of jump into the sewer, crossed the sewer, and then made it to the third drop. And that's pretty much the couple shortcuts we took on our way to the third drop of this variation. Like I said, shortcuts can be good to have because, like I said, time is very crucial with these sails. Now from here, pretty much going to the fourth drop. Originally, I was going to go a different way. There's actually another way towards where that train was coming. There's a way you can get up there too. However, it's a little bit quicker. My friend actually mentioned this way to me, the one that's on the Oppressor, the MK2, Messi 28 Louis. If you actually keep going south of the city, there's actually a little sort of, I guess, ramp up where this sort of bridge is here, this overpass. And pretty much from there, you can just get a straight shot back onto the GPS route from this point. Now, we did take one more shortcut to this fourth drop. We went through this junkyard here. You can see definitely cut off a little bit of time. And I will say, if you ever do have this Dune FAV variation, be very careful going down onto this beach here to this fourth drop. I have had players get their Dune FAV stuck on the rocks there to the side of this path going down onto the beach. So you do want to be careful going down there. Pretty much at this point, we successfully made it to the fourth drop. And on our way to the fifth and final drop, we pretty much just took the shortcut back to the junkyard. And then from there, it was a straight shot to the fifth and final drop. So, like I said, main point, the reason why I went through all this, I know I made this video a lot longer than really what needed to be. I know this isn't the focus of the video, but I really want to show you guys that it is possible to do or complete a Dune FAV sale from farmhouse or 2-Mosh bunkers with only 3 players. I'm not guaranteeing you're going to get this exact variation, but I sort of just wanted to give you an idea of what we typically do, or the the approach we typically take when we are aiming to try to complete a Dune FAV sale completely with only 3 players. Now, one more thing I want to state here really quickly before we get to the moment that probably what most people are watching this video for, reaching $800 million legitimately. It's set, we completed the sale, or we made all the deliveries with a little over a minute to spare. It also says leave the area. I will tell you, if for whatever reason you can't leave the area in time, you run out of time, you still should get paid. We have had some close calls in the past. I don't really know why Rockstar says leave the area, because you still end up getting paid even if you don't leave the area. So don't worry about that too much when you're getting to the last drop. But in any case here, you'll see that we will have delivered all the drops here. We got paid $2,247,000. Got a little bit of bonus cash for some other players in the lobby here when we made or completed the sale. And then as soon as it's delivered, the weapons shipments were delivered, notification goes away. You will see we are at $800,364,761. So made it a little over $800 million, but most importantly, officially reached $800 million legitimately in GTA Online. Now, just to end things off here, or sort of celebrate, wanted to head to the casino, do our typical little ritual, or not the full ritual, but a little bit of the sort of celebration that we have inside the penthouse. I usually do this at the end of my grinding streams, or most of my GTA Online streams, to sort of celebrate the end of the stream or maybe reaching goals. So that's what we want to do here. End up getting the penthouse party going, or the members party, and we also couldn't forget the Diamond Blitner champagne. We had to pop one of those open, so we did that as well, pretty much just to celebrate the official reaching of $800 million legitimately in GTA Online. So 80% of the way there to $1 billion, definitely exciting. I've always stated, I've stated this in most of my milestone videos, that, for me, as soon as I realized that it was possible to reach $800 million, which I would say, or not $800 million, $1 billion in GTA Online legitimately, which I would say was with the addition of the businesses in GTA Online, such as, in the start of 2016 with Further Adventures of Finance and Felony, and then pretty much all the way up until the After Hours update. Now we got, the Dime Casino heist, all those different updates. I knew that with enough time and effort that, obviously reaching $1 billion legitimately would be possible. So it's always been a goal of mine for the past few years. I know I'm not going to be the first one to reach $1 billion. There's been a handful of other players that have reached $1 billion, but there's definitely also very few that have reached $1 billion legitimately in GTA Online. But I just want to celebrate that. Just wanted to document this on the channel. So I appreciate everybody tuning in. Like I said, I apologize for being a little bit longer, but I wanted to sort of stress that idea with the bunker sale or the gun running sale. I wanted to sort of just show that off really quickly and show that that was possible. But also, once again, special thanks to my friends Messi28 Louis and Antonio 1113. They made this sale possible. Definitely made the sale more possible than what many would have realized without watching the video, especially with the Dune FAV sale. But I appreciate them helping me. They're always a big help. They always help me with, grinding streams, really all my streams, videos, and these milestones. So special thanks to them. Couldn't have done it without them. But as always, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, share this video. Be sure to comment if you have any questions, and have a great day.